Hi guys, TwinklePhoenix here, welcome to Seduce Me to the Demore Daimen's route. This will be the first episode for his route, so let's begin. Again, I advise you to watch Seduce Me 1 or read up about it, so you know where you are, because this is going to be so confusing if you have not seen the first game. I told him I had no regrets. I told Daimen that I did not regret for 1 second that I made a deal with Diana to make him human. I stood steadfast and knew what I was doing. But I still didn't like the choice I made. Something in my gut didn't feel right about what I did to Daimen. Yes, I knew that Diana wouldn't have raped him, but what if she had? If I gave her permission to do so and didn't know it? What if he didn't want to go through with it and Diana really did sleep with him anyway? I was mortified by the choice, but I just wanted him to be happy. And again, when you love someone, you put their happiness before your own. Even if it's a tough decision like that one, for him to be human, and then be up to him the course of action to take. But I'm pretty sure that if Daimen didn't want it, Diana would not force him to do it. Because she does have some respect for her character. Every time he said my name made me feel so happy. Every time he held me or kissed me was a moment I carved into my memories forever to cherish. I loved him and wanted him to be truly happy. Daimen reassured me that Diana didn't do anything to him, but I could not help but imagine it and even dream of it. Seriously? Why? Oh, come on.
So, bastard son, do you truly wish to become human? You know very well that I am capable of making that happen.
You had a dream of it and you dreamt of Diana saying that to Daimen's face. Totally, that is 100% factual. That is bound to turn him on. Diana. That's horrible. And in all fairness, as we're aware, the Demon Lord is horrible. Don't ask me why that pop-up is there. It should not be popping up on there anyway. I don't know if you could actually see that, the Steam overlay thing, if that popped up for you guys or not. So I do apologize if that did. It shouldn't, because I turned it off, but you never know.
I will not betray her trust.
What she doesn't know won't hurt her. Besides, don't you want to be human so you can be with her and not put her in any danger?
She's danger prone. Danger follows her everywhere she goes. She doesn't really need, Daimen to be the source of where the danger comes from. I can assure you, all she's got to do is walk down around in the house or walk to a graveyard and just stand there, and eventually she get kidnapped by a bunch of imps. She's danger prone. Danger finds her. She doesn't need anybody's help for that. She's just danger prone.
Stop it!
I can stop illusions of what Diana and Daimen could have done from appearing in my dreams. Like a scene doomed to repeat over and over. Diana, shrouded in shadows, would loom over Daimen and show us that that's the evil woman she truly was. Which, of course, she's not really evil. So, main character, you get a slap across the back of your head for that one. But then, in all fairness, Diana didn't really show that side of her in Daimen's route. Daimen, however, would struggle, fight to get away from her. I didn't want to see this, but I was forced to watch the scene play out.
Stop it. What makes you think you're in a position to say no to me?
Well, here's the one being forced to do something he doesn't want, so in all fairness, he can say no.
I won't do it, Diana. You can't make me do this.
Not mention Diana, keep in mind, the brothers will murder you if you did do anything.
Oh, can't I? Your precious little human isn't here to save you.
Eh? Yes, totally. The human is the strongest defense against Diana. I'm pretty sure getting saved will be the strongest defense. I tried to scream, to protest and prove Diana wrong, but I knew that I wasn't there. I was merely a bystander to a dream I could not stop. I was forced to witness Diana chaining Daimen up to a black bed and touching him in the most sensual but unwanted ways possible. Her nails and tongue running along his skin made both him and me flinch with whimpering in disgust. Main character, what have you been watching before you went to bed? Why so Pacific? Wow, very detailed and Pacific here. Also, seriously, what is up with the theme of trains lately? You been talking with James?
Stop it!
What? Are you not enjoying yourself? You're an incubus, and even more than that, a man. Surely you can enjoy this treat in exchange for your precious humanity.
This was wrong. This was sick and beyond wrong. I felt like I was outside the small bubble Damien and Diana were in, and I was beating against the wall trying to get in and stop her, but I couldn't break through. Each movement Diana made grew more and more sexual, like a predator playing with his prey. Damien struggled, thrashing about and fighting back against the chains that held him down, trying to break free. I prayed that he would. I screamed in hopes that he would be released from this. However, Diana glared and snapped her fingers, forcing him to gasp, and his eyes to glow gold. He began to quake as if he was dying and starved like an animal, and glared angry daggers at Diana, who only laughed. What sent deadly shivers down my spine was Diana looking over at me as if she knew I was watching.
Remember, dear, you made this decision.
Hi. Diana chuckled before leaning close to Jamie's face, licking over his mouth and straddling his hips. Hey lady, Diana, get off. You've got stage zero. Damien's our main characters.
She was a cute little diversion. But now it's time to have some real fun.
Main character, wake up now. As Damien began to scream, I suddenly awoke from my nightmare, mentally unable to take being trapped inside of it anymore.
Huh?
I'm telling you, nobody sleeps with a top on anymore. It's like the out season. Forget about tops, nobody wears them. Everybody's gotta be shirtless during the scene. Wow. Beside me, I heard and felt Damien rise out of bed in response to me waking. I looked over at him, seeing him quickly rub his eyes and look at me with worry. You've really got to control your nightmares. You keep waking every incubi up.
Hey, what's wrong?
I knew he couldn't read my mind anymore, so he wouldn't have known what I'd seen. I still couldn't help but need to embrace him from the dream I had. Grabbing Damien's arm gently, I began to whimper.
Huh? Hey, come here.
Damien gently wrapped his arms around my form and hugged me to him, patting my back. I had a weak mule, shutting my eyes and trying not to cry. Damien gently kissed over my head, trying to calm me down.
Everything's okay. It was just a nightmare. I'm right here.
His voice helped me slowly start to relax, knowing that what he said was true. It was a nightmare, not real. I couldn't shake all of the sadness from my mind, but I calmed down enough to not let it control me anymore. Damien gently rocked me, his arms wrapped around my body lovingly, as he softly whispered my name, and my mind simply melted into a peaceful hum. Everything was okay now. Everything was fine. I looked at Damien and rubbed my eyes as he loosened his embrace around me. I'm sorry, I just can't stop thinking about the deal I made with Diana.
I told you before that it was fine. Honestly, it's nothing to worry about.
Damien gently kissed my forehead before pressing his to mine, nuzzling me softly. He stared deep into my eyes with a loving smile, one that made my heart ooze in happiness despite my worry.
I cannot be any happier than I am now. I'm marrying the woman of my dreams as a human, an actual human. I owe everything to you.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that, sweetie. The fact that you're human means you can die. I mean, technically the others can die, but that's not the point. You can... Oh, gosh. Damien's heart is going to be one of the ones that pulls my heartstrings. Okay. Because this is a war. Fine. Damien. rubbed my nose against Daimen's, closed my eyes and wrapped my arms around his neck. I knew he was being sincere and was truly happy. I had to get over my fears and deal with it. He was human now, and we were going to be married soon. You hope. You hope. My heart truly couldn't believe it. I was going to marry Daimen, and we'd live happily ever after, together. It was so good. I almost couldn't believe the truth of it. However, I was always reminded of the reality of it every time Daimen held me in his arms. Daimen smiled before kissing my head and patting the bed behind me.
Come on. Let's go back to sleep. I'll be right here if another nightmare appears.
Hopefully it won't. I nodded and slowly fell back onto the mattress, cuddling to Daimen as he lay beside me. If the nightmare came back, Daimen would be in my arms, reminding me that it was all fake and just my imagination. Everything would be alright. The night quickly passed by, and the morning sun peeked through my window drapes and landed perfectly over my eyes, waking me up. I stretched and yawned, not wanting to get up just yet. However, the emptiness of the bed next to me made me open my eyes wide, finding no Daimen beside me. Where'd he go? Daimen? I sat up and looked around the room. After I'd been asleep from my eyes, Daimen was nowhere in the room, which confused me. Where was he?
Oh, good morning.
Ah, hello. I looked through the door to see Daimen holding a tray of breakfast with 2 plates full of delicious food. In a vase beside my breakfast plate were 2 beautiful bloomed white roses, which made a soft smile grow on my face. Morning, is that for us?
Yeah. I figured why not have breakfast in bed?
You're so sweet, thank you. Daimen smiled and sat beside me, placing the tray over both of our laps. The smile was practically intoxicating in the best way possible. Before we began to eat, however, Daimen picked up the TV remote from the nightstand beside him.
James's big toy reveal is today. Do you mind if we watch it?
Not at all. Let's watch the toy reveal. The toy reveal. Toy reveal? What am I saying? Toy reveal. I shook my head, eager to see it as well. James had become the CEO of the Anderson's toy company, so I was curious to see how he was doing and how the company was holding up. Apparently, it was rising higher and higher up the top business rankings and soon had become the one of the top 500 businesses internationally. I tried to make that sound like as exciting as possible, but epically failed. I was proud of James, but I was more happy to see that Daimen seemed to be his #1 fan. He was always giddy whenever he talked about all of his brother's accomplishments. It was so adorable. Daimen grinned before turning on the TV and changed the channel to the local news station. It was one of the best news stations out there, and I was not being biased. Anyone who claimed to love Chicago knew it.
All right, so here we have an interesting story to tell. The Anderson Toys Company, an internationally famous toy business, has just recently announced a new line of toys in development. According to the CEO, the line is said to focus on fantasy. Let's take a look at the public announcement.
Ooh, fantasy! Oh, how wonderful. I wonder why it's fantasy.
I am more than happy to show off our new line, Fantasy Kingdom, for you all this morning. These toys will not only provide friendship and fun for children around the world, but will help inspire imaginations and let creative minds grow.
Ooh. Okay, continue. I can help but squeal at what I saw on TV. All lined up in a row were adorable cartoon laced up fantasy dolls glimmering in the broadcasting lights of this TV station. There were knights, royalty, and creatures of all kinds. Some not even truly fantasy. Daimen, however, laughed quietly at the sight. How what? They're all really cute.
They are! Only a couple of them are real, though.
Huh, really? My jaw dropped. Some of the creatures that were represented were actually real. I knew demons and devils existed, but there were more of them? More than them? My mind began to imagine all the creatures on the screen being potentially real. Daimen nodded and pointed to the TV.
Vampires are real, but they don't look like that. They look like humans.
No way. I could not believe it. There was no way vampires existed. Daimen, however, nodded with a reassuring grin.
I promise it's true. Werewolves used to exist too, though they were killed off by the vampires long ago. Let's see.
I looked at the TV to see the vampire doll and the werewolf plush sitting next to each other, being simply cute and stereotypical of what most people imagine them to look like. Daimen then pointed to the screen again.
There, the angel toy? Angels are real too, only they don't look like that.
I looked over to see a beautiful golden-haired doll of an angel. They really didn't look like that. I tilted my head at Daimen. How do they look if they're not like that?
Well, they look,
Daimen rubbed his chin, unsure of how to reply. I could tell he was being serious and wasn't lying about them looking different, but they seemed to be hard to describe. Daimen then shook his head.
They look like old statues. It's really hard to say without drawing it out or something.
Really old statues? I really wasn't in the mood to get up and grab paper and a pencil, so I shrugged and let it go for the moment. Jim and I looked back to the TV, seeing the entire line pass by the camera showing what toys were available. I'm surprised he didn't have a demon toy, like a cat doll or something.
I don't think many people would understand it. Though it would be cool to have a demon doll.
I'm pretty sure loads of people understand it. I guess you're right. They are for kids after all. And again, kids with demons. They play Doom, don't they? I looked at Daimen as he became absorbed in the line of toys. I couldn't help but smile at how intrigued he was. It made me curious. Hey Daimen, did you ever have a toy as a kid? Ever have toys as a kid? Daimen looked at me in surprise before shaking his head with a slight grimace.
No, I didn't. Matthew made some for me sometimes, but they were always taken away.
I frowned. I was sorry for asking, but Daimen shook his head again and smiled.
However, when we came to the human world, I actually got one. It was a stuffed kitten. I didn't do anything, but it was fluffy and cute.
Whereas we got Simon Tabby, a little tiny, it looks like a squirrel, but apparently supposed to be a bunny. Who has quite the attitude. Quite a mischievous little guy. Daimen rubbed the back of his head in embarrassment.
Must be dumb, huh? A grown man with a cute toy like that?
No way, it's cute. Daimen stared in shock at me, but I was being serious. It didn't matter that Daimen was a man. Cute toys were cute for a reason. It was okay to think so. Having cute toys is not a bad thing at all. That's what some toys are meant to be. Cute. It doesn't matter who has them or how old you are. Cute is cute. It was just a fact to me. However, Daimen couldn't help but chuckle softly before bringing one hand to my head and petting on my hair.
You are so adorable, you know that?
Yay, I'm adorable! Huh? I blushed and looked down at the breakfast tray in front of us. I wasn't that cute. I felt myself rub the back of my neck in embarrassment. Shh! That made Daimen laugh and kiss my cheek, forcing a gasp to come out of me. I looked up at Daimen as he smiled a playful grin at me.
It's true.
Shush. We both turned back to the TV and listened as James explained each toy in detail. I looked over to Daimen to see him practically enthralled with the sight of his brother presenting his line. I gently nudged him, making him look back to me. Jeez, you're making me jealous. It's like James is enthralling you through the TV to buy his toys. I, of course, was joking. Daimen was very happy for his brothers, especially James. With a raised eyebrow, James gently removed the tray from our laps, placing it on the nightstand before crawling on my body and making me lay back. I stared up at him in surprise. He gave me a seductive smirk.
And what if I was enthralled by you?
I was speechless. Daimen was full of surprise, even as a human. He didn't have the ability to read my mind, but he knew exactly what to say to make me squirm. How was he this good? He was human now. Daimen chuckled before leaning down and kissing me. Despite him not being a demon anymore, his kisses were always so magical. They each took my breath away each time his lips touched mine. I loved them. I wrapped my arms around him and deepened the kiss between us, forgetting about what was going on with the toy line. All I could think about was Damien's kiss. It was sweet and passionate, eager to make my body quiver underneath the one kissing me. However, the sound of our stomachs rumbling in sync forced us to break away from the kiss and look down at our touching bellies.
Maybe we should eat a bit before we continue this, huh?
Good idea. As much as I wanted to keep making out with Daimen, I knew my stomach would keep interrupting, so would his, unless we ate. We ate the delicious breakfast Daimen made while watching the rest of the news. It was a nice segment, and Matthew even appeared to help during James's presentation. Let's hope he made no other toys come alive. Soon we were flipping channels and watching random shows. The day passed by lazily. We were barely left the bedroom because we didn't want to do anything. It was rather relaxing, surprisingly. I knew we had to work on the wedding arrangements eventually, but today was not the day for that. We needed a day to ourselves to remind each other that we were going to be together for a long time. It wasn't long before we found ourselves cuddling into each other's arms, taking a mid-afternoon nap. It was sweet and peaceful drowsiness that led both of us to close our eyes together. The darkness of my mind invited me to stay a while, and I gladly accepted its invitation. It felt nice and rejoined the rest it gave my body. However, I soon saw that I was not alone in the dark. Okay, so this of course is Eric saves, these are James's saves, this is going to be Daimen's saves. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next episode for Daimen. Bye! Thanks for watching!